I start each back day with dumbbell pullovers. It's not something that we do as part of DC training, but more something I do because I'm always a little bit tight. I want to get the shoulders opened up, get the lats kind of moving, the chest stretched out before I really get into starting the DC stuff. So you'll notice here, not a lot of weight, really just kind of opening things up, stretching, getting started, since obviously static stretching before training is not a great way to start. Doing something like this, just get the body moving, I find really helps with knocking out your intense DC style training. So this is my first set of T-bar rows. I do 2 straight sets here. What you're gonna notice is using 35-pound plates instead of 45s, increase the range of motion a bit, and then also utilizing a 3-count negative. I find the negative is great for actually helping build more muscle than getting sloppy, and number 2, it keeps it a lot safer. This is a movement that I find can easily get away from you, can get you injured. I've actually been injured twice just by starting to get a little too jerky with it. So keep the form a little bit tighter, use a little bit less weight, and actually you'll see in this video, I found that this was a little heavy and actually went down 10 pounds on my second set.
Feel this on the whole time? Yeah. Think about it. What did you do, 7 last time?
Yeah. Squeaked in for my first attempt. So I'm gonna go down to a quarter on my last plate for my next attempt. Make sure I get in range. That last rep was a little shallow, but it felt good. Negative's a game changer, I'm telling you. You guys that are blasting these away, go to a 3-count negative, I promise. You'll grow better and safer.
T-bar row set number 2, last working set for thickness. On these, as I mentioned, I actually dropped the weight down on that last 35, put it as a quarter, tightened up the form a little bit, got a little better range of motion, and I actually found that I was a little more comfortable with these. One thing is, this is the first week back to doing T-bars in quite some time for me, and they are not my most comfortable movement. So overall, pretty happy with these 2 sets, and definitely will end up sore tomorrow and the day after from them.
And we got through the T-bar rows without Dusty getting injured. That's a victory. I'm still afraid of this.
So here we've got the width movement for the day. Today we're doing pull-ups, looking for about a 4-count negative on each of these. Rest pausing. Again, what I'm looking for here is going to absolute failure. I actually have Matt assist me on 1 rep. I drop down, I'll take a 15-breath break in between. Your deep breaths, so you're breathing in deep, holding it, letting it out. It literally takes almost 40 seconds to get the break in between before you're strapping back in and going at it one more time. 3 of these to absolute failure, man, and you will be smoked. I don't see a sense of doing any more for width after that if you find a way to give it everything you've got.
Come on, let's go. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Again. All you, come on. Good.
More sports one.
So these are the rope parallel rows. Doing a rest pause on these. This is again something I look for about a 30 rep rest pause. With that in mind, and the fact that it's just not that exciting to look at, I'm just showing you guys the first attempt of 3. As always, looking for a nice controlled negative, a full deep stretch, Once I hit failure on these, again, sitting up, putting the weight down, taking 15 deep breaths, strapping back in, doing it again, going to failure, another 15 breaths, and finally finish off my final attempt on these. These, when done correctly, smoke the lats, give you plenty of stretch. You'll feel them all the way up in the armpits. I find this to be a game changer and something I really credit to the changes I've made in the width over the years.
16 again. Up. 3, 2. I watched this go bad.
As always, finishing off with the extreme stretch. Here, the heaviest weight we've got in our gym is 150-pound dumbbells. So Matt straps the 150 in. I drop into the stretch as much as I can and just sit in it. One thing that you'll find with these, the natural thing to do when you feel a stretch is to want to resist against it when it starts to hurt. So when you notice that, when you feel yourself trying to consider squeezing back up, what you really need to do is actually release even more, get even deeper into that stretch and just relax, let it pull. I do open the lats forward just a hair, but really it's just a matter of hanging there and staying, keeping your breathing, and really getting that full stretch. This is again something I find a lot of people with extreme stretching want to leave it out, think that it's not necessary, but it's really something that I find I credit and has actually now been scientifically proven many, many times to really help in growth, and something you should definitely be adding into your mix. Just keep in mind, these are only to be done when you're already warm, finished up a workout. You don't want to be strapping 150 pounds to your body and stretching out before you're warm. Just not safe, not a great idea.
5.